So Season 5 came out a couple days ago, and I can say that I'm actually pretty surprised at how well it launched. There was one little hiccup earlier in the day where PS4 players couldn't play, but other than that, it's been pretty good. So we've gotten the updates, and while we're still not entirely used to it, I can say without a doubt that it has changed the way the game has been played a little bit. People are throwing out attacks more freely since parrying got its nerf, and it just feels smoother overall. Other than the reworks, parrying is the biggest gameplay change. So basically parrying no longer grants a free guard break. And although we all know this, a lot of players, including myself, still throw them out. And I think that's just because it's something we've done for so long. Like ever since the beginning, when you landed a parry, you got a guard break. And if you're not thinking about it, you're just gonna throw it out, just out of habit. The parrying changes do make a couple heroes feel a little weak, specifically the ones that relied on parrying to do huge damage, but this is what UB wanted and they achieved. The goal of making parries less powerful is a step towards getting rid of the defensive meta, and they want to make the game faster and make attacking actually feel like attacking rather than hoping you don't get parried. And I think they did a good job, especially with the reworked heroes. Now that I've gotten to play them all, I can say that they're all definitely more fun than they were before. And not once did I ever feel they were completely overpowered. I actually feel like fighting them is pretty fun. Conqueror is faster and not as telegraphed as he used to be. He has more options to pressure opponents on offense and can punish them on defense, and nothing really feels unfair. You can't blindly throw attacks at him because of his newer defensive option like flail uppercut, but you no longer have to have your heavy attacks stripped away from you, which makes him so much more tolerable. As I'm sure all of us have fought a pre-buff Conqueror who just stood there waiting to take advantage of superior block. Kensei went from being an opponent where you can just sit and block all day to an opponent that can easily take half your health bar away if you're not patient. I do agree that Pommel Strike is a little quick on console, but I never felt that it was ruining our fight. His soft feints sound scary on paper, but you can react to them if you're awake. He has an answer for most problems, and I think it's really good that UB was able to resurrect him and make him an option for everyone to use. And personally, I feel that he has the best rework for Season 5. And then there's Berserker, who I feel didn't really need a rework, but rather just the addition of an opener. Now Berserker is just fast, he's just quicker. I play on console, so those 400 millisecond attacks get a little frustrating sometimes, and if there's any lag or connection issues, you may as well just set the controller down because you're not blocking those. On PC I can understand the 400 millisecond attacks, but it feels like console sorta just has to accept it on this one. I don't think it should be slowed down because that would defeat the purpose of the rework, but I just wanted to throw it out there. Overall, duels have improved now that Turtle Fests aren't as common, but you'll still get smacked by zones all day because I mean that's just how duel is. And 4v4 still sits at the point where gank squads will kill you if they have any sort of crowd control, and now that parrying is pretty weak in 1v whatever situations, I think 4v4 will be a little more frustrating to play solo. We've also got the added bonus of getting Apollyon's Legacy event, which gives the game this more badass feel with everyone decked out in black and gold, including the minions, and Apollyon being the announcer for the next 3 weeks is a nice touch too. It also included the Test Your Metal event, where you and 3 other people fight against the bosses of the campaign in this elimination game, and every round the opponents get stronger, and every week they'll get stronger as well. On top of that, every hero gets new gear, just like I mentioned. They get the black and gold gear, just like the winter event, but this time we get armor and weapons. Overall, I think I can say that this is the best season yet, even though we haven't gotten all the content yet. I like that fighting feels different and feels fresh after a full year, and as I said, I like all 3 of the reworked heroes. There are still some glaring issues the game has, but it seems like they're all being ironed out at, a pretty slow pace. I am going to wait a few days before I talk about the reworked heroes in depth, since I'll admit that last time I did jump the gun a little bit, and my stance on the Season 4 heroes have changed since then. Anyways, that's all I've got for this video. As always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and sub if you're new, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.